37 year old, like, they're going to have to do something about that. I need all the help and support I can get. Alright guys, so welcome back to another video. Today we are at Fleetwood Golf Club on the northwest coast of England, just a little bit north of Blackpool, for the qualifying for the Brabazon Trophy. So I tried this 2 years ago, missed out by one shot, which was pretty painful. So how it works basically, the Brabazon Trophy is like the English amateur stroke play tournament basically. So there's three different regional qualifiers, one in the north, one in the south and one in the east of England, I think. And basically 120 players at each venue, and somewhere between 10 and 15 I think it is at each venue qualify for the tournament itself, which was at Hankley Common on the 22nd of May. So as you can see, hit a few balls, a few putts warming up and just about to head to the first tee, so let's get into it. Play well guys, enjoy.
This is the 11:20 match, and on the tee from Clitheroe, Alfie Burnett.
Black dots.
On the tee from Carnoustie, Daniel Elder.
So the first hole at Fleetwood here is a pretty short par 4. It was playing kind of pretty much downwind off the left here, so just over 300 yards. So I thought probably 7 we could get there, but the tricky part is there's out of bounds up the left hand side pretty tight. So I did the obvious thing here, bailed right, and yeah, it wasn't brilliant. Ended up
this is not ideal.
A greenside bunker on the 17th hole, I think it is. So I had this horrible shot, like probably 50-yard bunker shot with two bunkers in the way of the pin. So I actually played a really good shot here. I tried to make sure that if anything, I've tried to make sure I got it online, so that if anything, it stayed between the two bunkers, which is what happened here. You know, I didn't, obviously, drivable par 4, you don't want to start with a bogey, so it was nice to knock this one down, you know, reasonably close, and I was able to handle this one and get out the first hole.
Tee shot, young man.
So the second hole, much longer, you know, 391 yards, but again it was playing downwind off the left, so I just hit 4-iron here, again out of bounds up the left hand side. It was a pretty common theme on this course, which for anyone that's watched my videos over the years should play into my hands, because I don't hit it left very often, or normally don't. So yeah, a decent 4-iron here, just pushed it a little bit, caught the rough on the right hand side.
Welcome to the Brabazon Championship Trophy. I think it's the trophy, Brabazon Trophy. So basically guys, this is the English Amateur Stroke Play Championship. So this is the qualifying rounds to try and get into the main event itself. So we're at Fleetwood Golf Club today, northwest coast of England, after a really cool day yesterday filming at Silloth. I haven't played a practice round for that reason. I decided that playing Silloth yesterday was a better option than playing a practice round here. So I'm going in here completely blind, but I've been playing pretty well, so I fancy it. Not sure exactly how many spots there are left because, well, they don't know. So if they don't know, I don't know. But basically there's 120 players at 3 different courses all across the UK today trying to qualify for this great championship. So I'm going to try and be one of them. So let's see how it goes. 121, but really tucked pin, wind off the left and out the rough, so just a lob wedge, but try and hit it in the middle of the green. I start it on the flag and just let it drift.
Now I hit a lovely shot in here, but this was, to be fair, the pins all day were pretty fair. This was just one of the few difficult ones where the pin was tucked on the left hand side with 2 bunkers in the way, and it was playing downwind off the left. So the only way you could really get to it, I wish in hindsight I'd hit driver further up the right hand side so I could just basically pitch across. But I played a decent shot, it just the green was really firm and fast.
It's a pretty naughty pin with a left wind. Especially coming out the rough.
So this was the first kind of, you know, longer putt I'd had, obviously, for the day. And, you know, honestly, I hit it pretty hard, but the greens, they were on the slow side. Not slow, but on the slow side. You know, I'd played Salith on Solway the day before, which is absolutely brilliant, and the greens were much quicker there, so it just took a few holes to get adjusted there. So third hole. One thing I would say about this course, I didn't love it overall. It was okay, but the par threes I thought were really good, really strong par threes. Well designed, good variety. The first one here, 175 yards it was playing today, into the wind off the right, and I just absolutely smoked this 6-iron right at it. I actually ended up a little bit past it, which was a surprise.
Great shot.
Thanks, thank you. High standard. Lovely that.
So this is the birdie putt, probably, I don't know, 30, 35 feet. Back down the green, moving left to right, and this was in. Like it couldn't miss. It was right in the middle, right in the middle, right in the middle. Lip out. Yeah.
Wow.
That one hurt.
2 of them in 3 holes for the boys. Jesus. That was right in the middle. Bugger. Nasty lip out.
So I didn't get a chance to play a practice round, as I said here when I was going down the second. My fault. Just decided that a game at Silith the day before was a better option. So there was only a couple of holes that weren't really clear cut off the tee, and this was one of them. Big dog leg to the right, bunkers up there, and I just didn't really know what was up the right hand side. So the lad Alfie that I was playing with hit driver up the right. I was kind of scared to do that because I didn't know what was out there.
I knew I had that tee too high. I just couldn't be bothered teeing it down a bit more. Yours might be the play, but when you've not played here, I couldn't stand up there and just hit. What's up the right? Like nothing.
Then it's like there's 2 holes then again.
It's just funny standing here, like having no idea where that pin really is on the green, what's around it. 125. It's got to be hurting. Little wedge. Almost started on that building. Be right. Oh, looked really good. Don't know. Just away, mate. Thanks. That.
So yeah, I had a pretty good second shot in here and had a good first putt. Just shaved the edge and had probably 2.5, 3 feet here, and the putt took a pretty bad bobble. But yeah, this wasn't ideal. Hadn't really hit a bad shot to this point. First hole wasn't great, but it was fine. And then you're 1 over par through 4 and get to this absolute monster of a hole. 450 straight into the wind. OB up the left, and I just bailed on this one so badly. Almost in another fairway. And then, look, I'm not one for, I try not to make too many excuses, but I reckon between looking for balls and waiting for the green to clear, I waited about 10 minutes for that second shot to hit it and just made a total mess of it. So, yeah, not ideal.
Set. Feels like a birdie after the way I played that hole. This is the opposite window, eh? Like normally.
It was yesterday.
Sixth hole was a really cool little par 3, but crikey, so it was 150 to the flag, a little shorter than the yardage there. Straight back into the window off the left, howling, this tiny little target with bunkers just everywhere. None of us even got close to this green, and the three of us, and yeah,
Lovely
this was
strike.
a tough shot.
30 yards left. This is really hard.
Leaving myself actually quite a fun little shot here, so I had like a downhill lie, I had to try and run it between the two bunkers, like a bit of a roller coaster breaking. Broke right then left then back to the right. Thought it was good, but it came up a bit short, and the grass on the edge of the green there was just a little bit thicker and grainy, and the ball just kind of bobbled left on me. So without feeling like I'd done all that much wrong, all of a sudden we're 3 over par through 6 holes, and then yeah, remember I said I don't really hit the ball left very often. Well, this one went left, OB, and all of a sudden there was a bit of panic setting in at this point, to be honest. 3 over par through 6 is okay. You know, if you can get out of here, there's reachable par 5s.
Tell me at 5. I'll call it a provisional, but
this was a bit of a shock to the system, that's for sure.
not ideal. Honestly, unbelievable how short the ball's going today. Like, that's 7-iron from 140, and it's not even made it to pin high. Yeah. Good 4, really good. This is just so tough out here, guys. It's blowing 30, maybe even 40 mile an hour at times. Never seen the golf course. Just any little weaknesses in your game, and it's finding them out. And I feel like my game's getting better, but it's not there yet, and I'm just getting found out today, to be honest. Tough day. But there's chances to come.
So the 8th hole, another beautiful par 3 actually, really nice, but a tricky shot. So it was playing uphill, downwind with bunkers short and short left. So I tried to just hit a hard 9-iron, get it to carry on the front of the green, and I don't really know what happened. I thought I'd hit a decent shot, but I came up short in this bunker.
Where did it end up?
I honestly didn't know if I could get this out. It was horrible, and this is about the point where honestly I was just about ready to go home. It's not great to say that, but it's true.
Hit that hard with my club after, you see that? Look at these rakes, by the way, I've never seen anything like that. They're absolutely shit. I didn't even know if I could get that out. That was one hell of a steep lip. I can't say I'm enjoying my day at Fleetwood, Andy. I won't lie. Oh. Six over par through 8.
So if I wasn't ready to go home after the first 8 holes, I certainly was pretty soon after this. So again, I hadn't played a practice round here. There was bushes up the right that I thought I could maybe carry. I wasn't too sure. It turned out it was about a 290 carry downwind, so I could carry that comfortably. But I tried to take it on up the left-hand side, out of bounds left, and just hit a big a big pull hook left. Yeah, I was pretty much ready to go. My car was my car was parked about 20 yards from the 9th green, and honestly, there was a fair bit of me wanting to go, jump in the car and just head up the road. Yeah, I'd had enough by this point.
It's a rough 9 holes. Thought I'd hold that as well. Been a very me par, that, wouldn't it? Ball will be eagle with the second ball. 9 more holes to go, and then we can get out of here.
So to be fair, Andy, you gave me a bit of a pep talk after this whole pep talk, and
God.
didn't really work on this tee shot. But in general,
Right.
you know, he said, look, just stick with it, try and find something in your golf game for the rest of the round, and I appreciated that, because honestly, I could not be bothered being there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
stuck
okay.
at it.
Little right again. Yeah. Not much better I could do from that angle there. Oh, it's a struggle. Mentally, I'm back home at this point. God, even that 7-wood was god awful, at about 2 inches behind it.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was going right and right and right.
Nah, I was trying to make sure I was right because I saw there was trouble left, but.
So this 11th hole, really cool little par 3 again, and I think it was about 130 to the flag today with a front pin, bunker short, straight downwind. So I tried to just munch on a 56, and it landed probably 2 yards short of where I wanted. You'll see from where the ball ended up, it was just short of the green, not all that far away from the pin. It was pretty firm, fast conditions. They've not had a whole lot of rain down in that. I mean, do you know, we've not had a whole lot of rain in the UK for the last 5 or 6 weeks, but managed to get this one up and down, which was nice. I didn't actually play it that well, to be honest. I got a really good bounce there off the front of the green, but I rolled up to about a foot, so no more damage done. 2 pars in a row at this point. Wow. This is a stretch of the golf course here where you can get after it. I think this is the opposite wind to how this course normally plays. So this 12th hole was 480, but it was playing basically straight downwind. A little bit off the left, but pretty much straight downwind. So I knew if I got a decent driver away, I would probably have, you know, some sort of wedge in my hand for the second shot, and ended up having, I think, 120 in.
A little better.
I think it was 120, yeah, straight downwind again. Finally got a smile there, but yeah, 120 in, hit it straight at it. Honestly thought I was going to go up there stone dead, but pulled up a little bit short. But as you'll see, managed to 2-putt and finally get out there with the first birdie of the day, which was nice.
Might actually make a birdie. Wow. That stopped really fast there. I thought that was actually going to be stiff. Really stopped fast. No break. At least there's one highlight today. I made a birdie at least. Finally. Back to 6 over. I always like it when there's a parent in the group to help ball spot. Yeah, it's good.
So I said about the 4th hole that it's one of the few kind of blind shots where you can't really see where you're going, and this is probably the second of the 3. Big dog leg left, hitting over the corner, but the guys that was playing with James and Alfie were great, so they offered a bit of help.
Thanks.
And said, look, you can hit it up the left hand side here into the rough between the 2 holes, which is pretty much what I did. I ended up actually almost on the fairway. A lovely tee shot there.
I don't know what the hell that building is, by the way. I don't know what that is. We'll find out. That could be pretty good, I think. Finishing strong. Just saying that to Andy on camera, like I've beaten myself up a bit here, but it's really just 2 bad tee shots. You know, I hit it OB on 7 left and OB on 9 left, which for someone that doesn't hit the ball left very often is quite unusual. So, you know, you take those balls out of play. I'm only 2 over par and the lead's at 3 under today so far. So yeah, I'm not playing as bad as I thought. It's just, it gets away from you fast in these conditions if you're not quite at it, and I'm just not quite at it today. Oh, many of them. I'll just mark, yeah, I can't be bothered dancing about on your line. Wow, that moved a lot at the end. Jesus.
Now, when my driver's working, it's a little bit of a weapon, as you'll see here. So 360 yards, pretty much straight downwind this was actually. Maybe a little bit off the right hand side. Not the best balance there, but
Thanks. Oh, nice
this
balance.
one was
went straight.
this one was munched.
Didn't be too far away. James, like James, you're consistently outdriven here by a 37-year-old. Like, you're gonna have to do something about that. But pretty good.
Yeah, had a nice chip up here to probably 3 feet, and managed to knock it in to get back to 5 over par, I believe it was at this point. Yeah, so you know, certainly not good, but at least it was getting respectable.
Thanks. Thank you. Back to 5 over, I think. With 2 balls out of bounds, it's not been the disaster it felt like earlier.
So 15, this is not a blind tee shot, but it's a semi-blind tee shot. There's bushes up the right hand side that you have to avoid, but the 12th fairway comes back down the opposite way. So honestly, the way I'd been driving it, I just aimed between the 2 fairways.
Another fairway, isn't it?
To allow for either
like
a block
anti-right
or a
swing.
pull. And this one I pulled slightly. I had it really solid, but I pulled it just a little bit into the other fairway, but it was absolutely fine. And then hit a lovely 6-iron in here to give myself a look for another birdie. I think this would have been, had a chance to make 3 birdies in 4 holes.
Pretty good. That was pretty solid. It's just hard to hold the ball up against that right to left wind. It was kind of between 6 and 7, and try to draw a 7 or cut a 6, and Try to cut the 6, but it's hard to hold it, the wind's that strong. Another chance for birdie though. Right.
So yeah, this was the eagle putt, and honestly here I thought it was in. It was tracking, but just broke off to the right hand side.
It just looked good for 99%, and then the last little bit just turned away. Yeah, it just went a little bit right at the end. This is almost getting respectable now.
I have to be honest, I was feeling kind of good about the game at this point on 16. So 16 is a tough par 4, 428 downwind off the left, mostly off the left. And I just, I got up and just hit a nice 2-iron up the left hand side, and it was only when we were walking down the fairway that I realised that there was out of bounds 5 yards left of the fairway. The practice range is there.
Thanks.
So you can see where it is there, but it's a lot closer if you go back another 50 yards or so. So, sometimes I think ignorance is bliss, and this was definitely one of those occasions. Didn't hit the best of second shots here. I was really conscious of that front bunker. Not coming up short.
Well, it's not in the front bunker, that's the good news. Hit it, hit it, hit it. Oh. It's fast.
So 17's a funky hole. They've chucked this tee in where there's a sea of gorse right in front of you. You can hardly see anything apart from a couple of bunkers in the distance, but had a decent one here. It was apparently there was trouble up the left hand side and a bit of room up the right, so I had a good one here just up the right hand side. Just ran through the fairway into the rough, but it was it was absolutely fine.
It's like right of the two bunkers you said, probably not quite as far right as the last building, but not too far from there, so I reckon.
Left of that bunker over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, get up, up. Oh, so good to being really good. So good, so close to being really good. Just came out with that lie a little bit deader than I thought, Andros.
The back nine not bad.
Hmm?
Been good, the back nine.
Yeah, it's been kept it respectable at least. Yeah. I think, yeah, just out. Thanks. It's so hard to putt through that stuff.
So I hit a decent second shot in there. First putt kind of bobbled a little bit again out of that kind of fringe grass, but managed to clean up for the par. So 4 over par playing the last. Pretty gettable par 4 really, 330 yards. You just have to get the tee shot away. So there's bushes up the left and up the right, kind of at different distances. So you have to not only be careful with the line you pick, but the club that you hit as well. So it was playing in off the right. So I just hit a 4-iron here up the right hand side, turned it back on the wind, and just barely ran through the fairway into the semi-rough, but I had a great lie, so it didn't really cause an issue. I had something like 110 yards to the pin here into the wind. Just flighted in a little 50 and gave myself a look to finish with another birdie and hopefully try and get it back in 4 under par to shoot 75. Which, how I was feeling after the first 6, 7, 8 holes and then standing up on 9 hitting it OB. If you'd offered me 3 over par, 4 over par, whatever it was going to be on the last hole, I would have snapped your hand off. So yeah, I mean, I hadn't really holed much all day, so to see this go in was nice.
Finally. Oh, not even a round of applause, eh? Miserable bastards. Oh, we made that respectable in the end then, guys. 75. with 2 balls out of bounds and a missed putt from about that. It's a serious case of what if. It's good to know that the good's good just now though. That's the main thing. We're back in 4 under there actually. Yeah, nice. Thanks, Andy.
You're welcome, mate.
Just keep tuned for the rest of the series, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're following along. I need all the help and support I can get. Thanks very much, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
James, pleasure, man. Thanks for the help, mate. Cheers.
Pleasure.
Thank you for your
Pleasure.
help.
Thank you very much.
Enjoyed it, Archie. Good man.
So a 3 over par 75 in the end, guys. Not obviously what I drove all the way down there for. It took us 5.5 hours to get there the day before. But proud of how I fought. I wish I'd held in a little bit harder on the front 9. You know, even if I'd got it out in 3-4 over par, the back 9 was there to be had. So it's disappointing that I let a few slip late at the end of the back, at the end of the front 9. But you know, I ended up only finishing 4 shots outside qualifying, which, when you think I hit 2 balls out of bounds and missed a putt from probably that, really, it makes it frustrating but encouraging as well that if I can just clean up that 2 or 3 really poor shots in a round, my golf's in pretty good shape just now. So I'm working hard at it, I'm practicing every day. It's just a hard game. You know, golf is just hard. So, you know, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the insight into competitive golf. You know, it's one of the biggest events for amateurs in England, so it was good to give it a go. Hopefully you're enjoying the road to the Open Series. I have now entered Open qualifying. I left it a bit late, but 2 days before this video came out, I finally got my finger out and entered Open qualifying. So make sure you keep track of the videos. Again, if you can like the videos, subscribe to the channel, really helps push our videos and get them seen by more people. But until next time, guys, I appreciate all the support as always. Thanks.